Cool Hits Sports Network and Cool TV proudly present the KHSAA Class A Playoffs as Raceland welcomes Paris for the second round. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Clark's Pump and Shops of the Tri-State, River Cities Builders, A&A Porta Potties, Stoltz Pharmacy, First and People's Bank, Tres Hermanos Mexican Restaurant, Ashland Community and Technical College, Ashland Credit Union, Raceland Christian Church, Members Choice Credit Union, and Bowman's Auto and Collision Center. Now let's go to Ram Stadium and the pregame show for Raceland and Paris in the second round of the KHSAA Class A football playoffs on the Cool Hits Sports Network and Cool TV.
As we get you ready for round number 2 of the Class Single A playoffs, as the visitors on the scoreboard, the 8-3 Paris Greyhounds. Raceland comes in with a record of 10-1. Rain throughout much of the day. We've actually got rain again that is starting to fall down on top of the playing surface after Hurricane, now Tropical Storm Nicole, is pushing through the area. But hopefully the rain gets out of here by kickoff. That's at least what most of the weather radars were showing most of the day, and we'll keep a close eye on that as we proceed on through the evening. It looks like we've got one little shower cell right now that's just trying to get everything wet, and we'll be good to go from there. But the winner of this one moves on to the round of 8, and the loser takes up the jerseys and heads for the house. And the Rams, again, a win here tonight would make them play another home playoff game next week. That's still to be determined, and we'll keep you abreast on that as we move along. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk with head coach Mike Sammons. We'll get his thoughts on tonight's matchup with the Greyhounds of Paris, and we'll get you ready for kickoff. About 18.5 minutes to go here on a breezy and rainy night in Ramland. The Class Single A playoffs, round number 2, and our coverage continues after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
For those on the go, the smoothie connoisseur, the break room favorite, and for those that just never quite have it all, Clark's has what you need to keep your day on track. Make life easier and keep your busy schedule moving forward with everything you need at Clark's. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Does your gas station or convenience store need a facelift? If so, call River City Builders at 473-4112 for your remedy. Big or small projects, River Cities Builders is a company for all your needs. We have extensive experience in the petroleum industry, from routine gas dispenser and canopy maintenance to above-ground, underground tank and piping work to full-blown remodels and new builds. Call River City Builders at 473-4112 for all your petroleum needs. We'll cover your back and keep your customers pumping gas.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Funny thing about banks, you go in and apply for a loan here,
but they make their decisions somewhere out of state.
My money is here, my account is here. Why go 100 miles away to make a decision?
At First and People's Bank, the decision is made right here by people you know. Bank local. Bank with the friendly folks at First and People's Bank. The Home Office. Member Equal Housing Lender, FDIC.
Back here in pregame coverage on the Cool Hits Sports Network, joined with Raceland head coach Mike Sammons. Coach, we'll talk about the first thing, the elements behind us. First time, I think, all season long that we've seen rain that we have to deal with. But hopefully tonight by kickoff, this rain's out of here. But it certainly adds another element to the game.
Yeah, it does. I mean, you get to this point in November, at some point you expect to play in bad weather. This is really the first time we've got to test our turf in this type of conditions. So obviously, days like today make you thankful that you got the turf. But again, you got to value the ball in the playoffs. You got to be able to take care of the ball, run the ball, and stop the run in that order. So our guys will be keen on that tonight. And turnovers will be a big part of the game.
Let's talk about last week, a very efficient night against Nicholas County. You stubbed your toe on that first series. You go out, throw the interception, but then you come back for 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, real efficient. Maybe a little super aggressive there at first, but real efficient. Didn't really dominate the time of possession. Maybe that's kind of been our MO all year. But when you score so explosive and so fast, sometimes you got to remember that the stat that matters is the scoreboard. But our kids were efficient. We valued the ball. We turned the ball over the one time early, and I thought our kids were on the game plan, real business-like in their approach. Coming off the 2 physical games prior to that, both with the district championship game with Paintsville and then the game at Lawrence, wasn't exactly sure how our physicality would be, particularly knowing Nicholas wants to try to chew up the clock around the ball. And I thought our kids answered the bell there, and we're happy, to move on and try it again.
Not something that you would think of when you talk about a 12-play drive, but only a minute 33 that you used there before going into the locker room. But 12 plays into the end zone, you go for a touchdown and that back shoulder fade to Noah. What do you like about seeing a team be able to execute something like that, especially getting points before you go to the locker room?
Yeah, so, that's a 2-minute drill for us. Maybe something we haven't got a chance to do as much as what we'd like to have done all year, or maybe execute as well as we'd like to have. In that situation, really trying to get field goal range, just to be honest. I think a shot there in the end zone was under 15 seconds. So most likely our last snap before running the field goal team on the field. Just seeing if we could value the ball, put the ball where it needed to be, get out of bounds when it needed to get beat, when it needed to. I think we had a clock when we stopped the clock one time. Just real efficient, as we would expect, having veteran guys, veteran quarterback, veteran receivers, offensive linemen in front of them, just being able to execute under pressure. So those types of things, even though maybe the score is a blowout to everyone out there, those type of things in the game is really what moves your team forward. And that was a very learning moment for us the last 2 minutes of the half.
Looking at your opponent tonight in Paris, they've got a running back, they've got a quarterback, and that's kind of what is their MO. When you look at guys like that to where you have that dual threat quarterback who can also throw it down the field, but also a prolific running back, it seems like week after week you've rolled in another running back that's been one of those dudes, and you guys have been able to stop him. What do you see this week?
Well, I think the first thing about Paris is team speed. I think, we run well, nothing away from our guys, but just overall, how many guys they got that run at that level. The quarterback, to your point, is a dynamic player. Really want to try to make them one-dimensional, try to make them play left-handed, so to speak. Really try to take away their run game with number 5. He's a tremendous football player. And really try to make him try to hurt us in the pass game. And then from that point, you can really start dialing up some pressure, putting him on the run, running multiple type of blitzes at him, trying to disguise your coverage a little bit, to really make them play kind of in your hands, particularly in these conditions. So no doubt it'll be a big challenge for us tonight to be able to get to that point, but that's 100% our game plan, and hopefully our guys will be honed into that. But we've been really good this year. I feel like, I think you made this comment last week about our interception rate. Been really good about being able to get turnovers in the passing game, but also about being able to take away teams' #1 option. If we can do that tonight, I feel like that'll be a big play in our advantage.
You look at offensively what you do. Defensively, they're going to give you multiple looks. 1 high safety, 2 high safeties. But the thing with their safeties, they're not extremely high. They play press coverage on the outside. What do you like about the offensive opportunity there of, again, hitting those explosives?
Yeah, they're going to dial up pressure on us. They're going to try to match our athletes on the outside and come at us and force us into either hurried decisions or poor decisions where you don't have time to think. I think the opportunity there for some big plays is there. We got to be precise in our throws and our catches. Again, the elements will parlay into that. But again, playoff football, you got to be able to line up and run the ball. We want to make sure we're the most physical team, the line of scrimmage in that box tonight. If we do that, I think the other areas of the pass game, when you get those, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 play scoring drives will come in time.
First game of his career last week, Isaac Browning goes for over 100 yards in his career. Second game this season, you had a running back over 100 yards. But again, you look at the numbers, and I've talked to several of the players this week. I said, do you realize that your carries have almost been cut in half since last year? And like, no, not really. But it's been because, one, those explosives, but also you've got 4 running backs that you can roll out at any time.
Yeah, those guys have been so selfless, and I can't, say enough about their attitude towards the team-first mentality. Not only the running backs, but the quarterback and all the other guys who touch the ball. They've just been all about the team. And, to only have 200-yard rushers in a game this season is kind of mind-boggling to me when, we've had 1,000-yard rushers here for multiple years in a row. And plus, our rushing numbers are still substantial, over, I think, 2,000 yards. So those guys are just team-first guys. It was Isaac last week. Might be Isaac tonight. Might be the next guy. It was Noah a couple weeks ago. Might be Jules tonight. Might be Jackson. Who knows? Might be Logan. It might be Connor. We don't know. But those guys are just really, I think one thing that you'll see is they're fresh. And hopefully we can stay fresh for the next 4 weeks. I think that's a big advantage for us.
Coach, good luck tonight. We'll try to get to the game.
Thanks, James. Appreciate it.
We're back. We're starting live after this as we continue our coverage on Countdown to Kickoff on the Cool Sports Network.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Oliveville, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around. In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy. Doubt, stress, anxiety, frustration. That was yesterday. Today is your day to get back on track to a brighter future. At Ashland Community and Technical College, we're open and ready to help now. With ridiculously affordable, amazingly flexible classes that can lead to highly paid positions in IT, healthcare, and more. The real world's tough, but not as tough as you. Visit kctcs.edu/find your career.
Hey Rams fans, would you do anything to support your team? What about switching your checking account? With Ashland Credit Union's debit card, you can support your favorite team. Every time you make an eligible purchase with your debit card, Ashland Credit Union donates 10 cents on your behalf to the Senior Assistance Program. Sign up for your favorite team's debit card today at Ashland Credit Union, 1300 Central Avenue, Ashland. Membership eligibility required, federally insured by NCUA.
Back on pregame coverage on the Cool Hits Sports Network. Hopefully the last remnants of Nicole passing through, as we've had a band of rain showers push over top of the area for about the last 10 minutes. It was rather heavy there for a while. It looks like it has almost dissipated, but we'll check in on our weather in just a little bit. I've got 2 members on my crew tonight that will be carousing around the sidelines. Back for week number 2 is Shaylin Newman, and joining us for the first time this season as a sideline reporter is Olivia Porter. So we'll have reports from both of them. We'll do our interview with Coach Mike Sammons at halftime, and then after the game tonight, we'll have a couple of players that we'll also do interviews with, and we'll have all of that coming up throughout tonight's broadcast. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Ashland Community and Technical College. It's never too late to start your education and further it through ACTC. All first downs tonight are brought to you in part by Ram Pharmacy. Ram Pharmacy, Greenup Avenue in Raceland for fast, reliable prescription service along with vaccines and much more. Stop by or call 606-836-RAMS. That's 606-836-7267. Ram Pharmacy, your friend for life. All touchdowns and visits to the orange zone tonight are brought to you in part by Dr. Shannon Johnson and Johnson Chiropractic. When joint and muscle pain slow you down, let Doc get your body realigned. 606-473-5151. And, of course, tonight at the conclusion of the game, we'll select our big hit of the game, brought to you in part by Bowman's Collision and Service Center in Flatwoods. When your car gets banged up, let Bowman's put it back together and get it looking new again. Bowman's Collision and Service Center, Lexington Avenue in Flatwoods. Well, the Rams will be in the black tops and the orange bottoms today. Paris in the grays. District foes for some time, but this is the first time these two teams have hooked up since 2018. The Rams won that one in the 2018 Gridiron Bowl playoffs, 49-19. That game was played down in Bourbon County after the Greyhounds could not play host on their field. Then the 2017 season, that was a 31-9 win. That was the year the Rams made their trek all the way to Kroger Field. Looking at the series between these two, and it only goes back in the record books on the KHSAA website to 1999, there's only been 2 Paris wins. Those were in 2000 and 2001. One was a district game, the other one in the playoffs. But since then, it has been Raceland. They played every year since 99 up through 2010, and then went idle until they ran into each other in the playoffs in 2017 down in Paris on a very cold and blustery night. It was miserably cold. Winds were howling 25 to 30 miles an hour. We were around 30 at kickoff, and it was just not a pleasant night for football. And then in 2018, the last time these two teams got together, that was a 49-19 win by the Rams over at Bourbon County High School. Kind of the same conditions. The wind was almost blowing the mast sideways from the wind on the American flag. It was ridiculous how much wind we saw that night. But the Rams, it was a tight ball game through the first half, and then Rams really pulled away with it from there. Looking at tonight's scouting report, talking with everybody with Raceland this week, it's been no secret. The tailback of Jakari Ransom and the quarterback of Caden Frederick, those are the two dudes they have to slow down. Ransom comes in. He's a dual threat. He's rushed for 552 yards and 6 touchdowns. He's also caught 582 yards on 26 passes and 6 touchdowns. He's averaging total offense over 100 a game, 50 through the rushing game and 52 through the air. Frederick, also a dual threat guy himself. He's thrown for nearly 1,750 yards on the season, 18 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. He's also rushed for 7 touchdowns, only 151 total yards. But when you see the touchdown numbers, that shows you what they like to do when they get into a short distance around the goal line. That's certainly something we'll keep an eye on as we move through this one. The Rams' rushing attack and the passing attack has been on point all season long. Again, last week, another stellar week by Logan Lundy and his crew. Lundy threw for 278 yards, his second most that he's thrown for this season. His most was 280 in the win over Russell. He spread it all over the field last week, and Isaac Browning had his first career 100-yard rushing attack on 6 carries, 100 exactly for the junior. And we've got several milestones that we're going to keep track on tonight. For Browning, he sits 108 yards away from 1,000 total in his career. Noah Wallace needs 8 rushing yards to surpass 2,000 in his career. Lundy is 65 yards shy of getting to 2,000 this season. 99 will push him across 4,000 for his career. And the big one that we've got the eye on is Connor Hughes. Hughes last week pulled in his 49th touchdown between rushing, receiving, and passing. So the next touchdown by the senior dual threat, triple threat guy, if you will, for the Rams will be number 50 in his career here for the Rams, and we'll keep a close eye on that as well. All right, let's take our final break. When we return, kickoff on a rainy night here in Ramland. It's the Rams and the Greyhounds, the Class Single-A playoffs in round number 2, and our coverage continues after this on Countdown to Kickoff on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Raceland Christian Church, 210 Caroline Road, wishes all of our area athletes the best as they compete in their respective seasons. May you be encouraged by your church family to run with endurance the race set before you in such a way as pleases Jesus so that you gain the prize that never fades away. Raceland Christian Church meets Sunday at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. at 210 Caroline Road, Raceland. Visit us online at racelandchristian.com.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply. If you've been in a wreck or need work done on your vehicle, Bowman's Auto Service is the place to go. If you've had engine problems, need a tune-up, oil change, or maybe you need a transmission flush, the place to go is Bowman's Auto Service. Bowman's Auto Service on Lexington Avenue in Flatwoods is an ICAR Gold Certified Collision Repair Shop and an ASE Certified Mechanical Shop. They've been in the business for over 30 years and they repair and fix all makes and models. Bowman's uses computer diagnostic and they work with all insurance companies. Bowman's Auto Service, Lexington Avenue in Flatwoods. Call 836-0837.
Are you having trouble keeping your parking lot lit? Is customer safety one of your top priorities? If so, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We have bucket truck and boom crane truck services. We have extensive experience in exterior lighting and parking lot lighting maintenance. No need to ever be in the dark again. Remember, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We will light your path to success.
Paris has won the toss, and they want the football. So the Greyhounds will go after the Rams defense first and get us underway here in about 2 minutes. Team's getting ready to make their way onto the field. Paris already on the sideline. And the Rams will get ready to make their trip out as well. Again, we saw rain in the area much of the day. It's been rather heavy at times. Looks like it has subsided since then. And here come the Rams onto the field holding the American flags tonight as they support all of our veterans. Thank you to all of our veterans that have served our great country and all that they've done. We'll check in with our sideline crew in just a little bit. We'll get an update on our weather conditions here tonight. We'll have a couple of interviews throughout and some special tidbits on the game as we drive through the evening. Happy to have everyone here with us this evening on the Cool Hit Sports Network as well as on Cool TV. So Peyton Eisen and his crew will head out to kick it deep. As Marcus Garr will start near side. Elijah Webb will go far side. That'll be the two deep backs. As the Greyhounds will work it from left to right as I view it here, high atop Ram Stadium. Hunter Masters on camera work tonight. Our executive producers, MJ McKay, Shaylin Newman, and Olivia Porter down on the sidelines, and we'll keep you up to date with everything that's going on throughout the evening. So Ice will have it teed up near side at the 40. Garr and Webb back deep to return. Split wide of the numbers. Garr backpedals at the 5, loses the football, picks it up at that point, tries to stretch it out to the far sideline. Noah Carey's in tow, and he'll chase him down at the 15. Nice pursuit there by Noah Carey. So make it first down and 10 for the Greyhounds. And the sophomore Caden Frederick brings his crew to the huddle for the first time here to start things off here tonight. Frederick in the gun. We'll start with Brandon Cruz in his pocket. Man in motion from far side to near. The high snap. Frederick wants to throw. Floats it out to the far sideline. Makes the hook up there with his man of Trey Morrell. Morrell makes the grab at the 20. Falls across the 20, believe to the 21. Gain of 6 on the play. Second down and 4. Greyhounds huddle once again. Ball on the far side, hash mark. Frederick with Cruz in his pocket again, and a twin set bunched up inside the hashes. A man in motion again. The high snap, they'll give it off to the man stretching out to the near sideline, and he goes nowhere. Noah Wallace sweeps his feet out from underneath him. That was off to Marcus Garr. That's going to be a loss on the play. Wallace coming out of that safety position, takes him back down at the 18. So a loss of 2 on the play, make it 3 on the play, makes it 3rd down and 7. Near side hash mark this time for the Greyhounds. Frederick wants to throw, brings it near sideline, and it's incomplete. Was searching for Ransom. The clock will rest with 10:34 to go in the opening quarter and a 3 and out coming up. So back to return for the Rams is Landon Newman. And they're not going to get a chance to get this one away. Play clock is at 0. And now the question is, did Taekwon Rice burn a timeout? He did. So a timeout burned by the Greyhounds. Let's get our sideline crew ready to go, and we'll check in on our weather report here tonight. Our 2 members of the sidelines this evening, Shayla Newman and Olivia Porter. And let's go down sideline with Olivia Porter as she gives us an update on our weather report. Olivia, good evening and welcome to tonight's broadcast.
Breezy winds along with 50 to 60s, making it a cool ball game tonight with light rain in Ramland.
Thank you, Olivia. Her first career spot as a sideline reporter. We'll check in with them throughout the night. So Brandon Cruz will punt it away. Landon Newman standing on the Greyhound side of the 50. Clean snap back to Cruz. A wobbly kick, and Newman gets away from it. It takes a bounce for the Rams and will come to rest at the 48.
Raceland will have it at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10.
So a 30-yard kick, no return. 10:25 to play in the opening quarter. And here comes the Rams offense onto the field. Now they moved it up to the 47. We know how this game plays. So Lundy and crew on 1st and 10. Hand off to Noah Wallace. Wallace trying to stretch it to the outside, looking for a hole. He finds a hole, makes a nice cut back inside, makes a jump cut at the 30, down the middle of the field, angling to the far sideline for a 47-yard touchdown. Take him over 2,000 yards for his career and a touchdown in tow. 47-yard scamper for Noah Wallace. Touchdown number 9 on the season. 10:11 to go. The first series for the Rams goes to the house for 6 at 6-0. Wallace did not carry the football last week a single time. And that time there was very patient, stretching it to the outside edge. And when he got the seam, he let his blocker get out in front of him, and it was pay dirt the rest of the way. And now we've got some confusion. So take the touchdown off the board. So we got a hold against Clay Coldiron. So from the spot of the foul, which is the 27, so put it back at the 42-yard line. So Here's Jules Farrell, lowers the shoulder and comes right up the gut. So put Farrell down to the 36-yard line. That's a gain of 6 and a Ram Pharmacy first down.
First down.
Two receivers each way for Lundy. Zips it out near sideline, and that one was nearly picked off. Flying in there unabated was Marcus Garr. It was intended for Landon Newman, but the pass falls incomplete and brings up second down. Lundy with trips right, one left. Delayed handoff to Browning. Browning with a little slide to the left as he crosses the 35. He's short of the 30 at the 31. Gain of 5 on the play. Brings up third down and 5. Raceland on the season, 54.1% on third down conversions. They want to go quickly. They'll stay in that same 3-by-1 set wide right. 4 hats across the line for the Greyhounds. Handoff Browning. Right up the gut he goes. He's got first down yardage and more as he lowers the shoulder across the 25 and down near the 20. Take him to the 22-yard line. A gain of 9 on the play and another Ram Pharmacy first down. Likens on the boundary left. Browning stays in the left pocket of Lundy. Another handoff to Browning. This time he's swallowed up, spins free, and then gets slung to the ground after the initial contact. Jakari Ransom on the stop. So no gain on the play. Second down 10. 8:45 to go here in the first. Jules Farrell in the backfield now. Lundy stands in a pocket, floats it toward the back corner of the end zone. He's got Mason Likens there who hauls it in for the 6. Touchdown, Raceland. 22-yard hookup for the Rams. The duo doing the work again. That's Lundy's 29th touchdown of the season, number 10 on the season for Mason Likens. 8:31 to go here in the opening quarter, and this time it is for sure 6-0 Raceland. Peyton Eisen out for the extra point attempt, 55 of 67 on the season. And he bangs that one through. 7-0 our score, 8:31 to play in the first. Back after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
For those on the go, the smoothie connoisseur, the break room favorite, and for those that just never quite have it all, Clark's has what you need to keep your day on track. Make life easier and keep your busy schedule moving forward with everything you need at Clark's. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
6 plays, 47 yards, 22 of those going to Mason Likens from Logan Lundy. And it's 7-0 Raceland. Eisen's kickoff is a touchback, so the Greyhounds will take over at the 20. We'll check scores from around the area throughout the night as we get those updated. Boyd County trailing Boyle County 7-0 midway through the first quarter in that one over in Cannonsburg. So Frederick will start with Ransom in the backfield. Also joining him there is Preston Cowan. They just get it away. It's a reverse play to Ransom. He takes it off the far side edge, and he gets hammered to the ground there. Connor Hughes along with Jackson Heighton on the stop. Loss of 2 on the play, back to the 18, second down, 12. Far side hash mark this time. Frederick in the gun. 2 receivers each way. Frederick wants to throw, zips it out near sideline, has his man there, makes the grab, trying to get to the edge, and Brody Austin hauls him down along with Jackson Heighton. Marcus Garr making the catch. And take it back to the 17 on a loss of 1. So 3rd and 13. Paris right now at an even 0 with the yardage for the night. 7.5 to play here in the opening quarter. 7-0 Raceland. The Rams trying to force a second 3 and out. Frederick in an empty set. 3 receivers, boundary right, 2 left, wide side. High snap, pressure coming off the edge. Frederick scrambling, and he'll toss it out. A penalty marker flies in the backfield. This one will more than likely be declined. It was a hold on the Greyhounds, as they'll get that one on Cordray Patterson for the hold. Clock stops with 7:08 to play here in the opening frame. So the penalty is declined. Pass falls incomplete and brings up fourth down and 13, excuse me. So the punting unit coming on again, as Brandon Cruz will try to hang another one, as Landon Newman will stand again inside the Greyhound side of the 50. Almost from exactly the same spot he kicked it last time. High snap. Nearly blocked, as it's a tumbling kick that hangs high up into the sky and then tumbles backward and comes to the rest at the Greyhounds 30. 13-yard kick, no return. So 1st and 10 with 7 minutes to play in the opening frame. And the Rams looking to add to the 7-0 lead. Newman, Heighton, and Fannin wide right. Likens left. Farrow in the left pocket of Lundy. 4 hats across the line, 3 down linemen, 1 high safety. Lundy hands it off to Farrow. Farrow lowers the shoulder, and he is met at the hole after picking up a couple. Looks like he'll take him down to the 29 on a gain of 1. Nice push there on the interior line. Zion Webb and Cordray Patterson. Two receivers each way now. Likens goes in the slot on the near side. Press coverage on the outside edge. 1 high safety for Lundy on 2nd down. Play action. Lundy surveying. Going to the back corner of the end zone, up on the high post route, looking for Parker Fannin. And it's just over top of his fingertips. Incomplete, 3rd down. 6:17 to play on a rested clock here in the first quarter. Hughes and Wallace back in. Heighton comes off, as does Likens. Hughes and Fannin wide side right. Newman on the left in a double barrel shotgun look with Farrell and Wallace. Counter play to Wallace. Wallace right up the gut, gashing his way through. Hits the B button, still driving himself down to the 10 after the initial contact out by the 20. Wallace running angry as he'll take it down to the 10 on a gain of 19. A Ram Pharmacy 1st down inside the Johnson Chiropractic Orange Zone. And for certain now, Wallace over 2,000 yards in his career. Lundy on 1st and goal. Bubble screen out to Landon Newman. He finds a seam, cuts back inside, angles to the corner pylon, and he's in for the 6th. Touchdown, Raceland. Logan Lundy's 2nd touchdown strike of the night. Newman's 3rd touchdown of the season. 5:50 to play here in the opening quarter. It's 13-0 Raceland. The little bubble screen. The Rams, they do it so well. And that was just catch the ball, let your blockers get out in front, and follow it to pay dirt. So Peyton Eisen for the extra point. Snap is back, ball is down, kick is up, and it's 14-0. 5:50 to play in the first. We're back after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Raceland Christian Church, 210 Caroline Road, wishes all of our area athletes the best as they compete in their respective seasons. May you be encouraged by your church family to run with endurance the race set before you in such a way as pleases Jesus so that you gain the prize that never fades away. Raceland Christian Church meets Sunday at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. at 210 Caroline Road, Raceland. Visit us online at racelandchristian.com.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Elijah Webb on the return from the 1, takes it out to the 21, looks like. 14-0 our score, and that's exactly where they will put the football. That last drive, 4 plays, 30 yards, a minute 17 off the clock. 10 yards on the back end of it on the pitch and catch from Lundy to Newman. So 1st and 10 for the Greyhounds from the 21. Frederick in an empty set. 3 receivers wide right, 2 left. Pressure coming off the edge. Frederick lets it fly to the far sideline and airmails it over top of his intended receiver. He was looking for Cruz, but it was well high. 2nd down and 10. Clock resting, 5:38 to play in the first quarter. Boyle County leads Boyd 14-0, 4:25 to go in the first. We'll keep a close eye on the Hazard and Williamsburg score as we see it fly through. 2nd and 10, empty set for Frederick. Pressure coming up the middle this time. Frederick scrambling, fires it near sideline. Ball was tipped and nearly picked off. Cam Bell was right there. It hit the hands of Darian Bell. Cam Bell pulls that one in. It was 6. Instead, it falls incomplete and brings up 3rd down and 10. Raceland has been active in the back end this year with the interceptions. 18 total this season. 3 touchdowns from that spot. And that is 2nd best in the state with the total number of touchdowns. 2nd only to Lexington Christian, who has 19 on the year. So 5:33 to go in the first. Frederick again. Well, this time he'll go in a pistol look with Cruz. Now they'll do a deep motion man. They hand it off to Cruz, and he is sandwiched. He's going to lose a yard back to the 20. So make it 4th and 11. And unofficially right now, Paris minus 1 yard in 3 series. So Cruz will try to hang another one. Newman standing back, this time standing inside the 45-yard line. Play clock is at 5. They're trying to run somebody on late. They're not going to get this one away. And let's see if Taekwon Rice has to burn his 2nd timeout. Or, yeah, he will. Well, while we have a break in the action, let's check in with a member of our crew this evening. let's go back to Olivia Porter. We were talking about those interceptions, and the interceptions this season for the Rams, again, one of the top in the state. So Olivia has a little bit more on the interceptions on the season for the Rams. And let's go down to Olivia on the sideline. Having some technical issues down on the sideline. We'll get with her in just a second.
Coming into tonight's game, Raceland was in a tie for second in the entire state with 18 interceptions. Jules Farrell leads the Rams with 5, and Brody Austin has 3. But the Rams have also returned 3 for touchdowns, with Noah Wallace, Mason Likens, and Parker Ison all visiting the end zone on the defensive side of the ball. When Coach Mike Sammons was asked about the stat, he looked in awe and was shocked by the accomplishment. Needless to say, teams need to think twice before attacking the Rams secondary. Back to you.
Thanks, Olivia. So now another punt attempt. Cruz gets this one away. This one is fielded by Newman at the 50. He'll call for a fair catch there. And the Rams will have it 1st and 10 at midfield with 4:41 to go in the opening quarter. So a good punt that time. 30 yards, no return. So we'll see if the Rams can add to their 14-0 lead. Lundy's coming out this time in an empty set. 2 receivers stacked wide left. 3 receivers right. Lundy floats it across the middle. He's got Braden Webb that was down the seam on the near sideline. He had a free release from the tight end position, and he overthrows him. Had the play set up perfectly. We do have a penalty marker on the far sideline. Let's check in with our white hat tonight and see what our call is. We got an ineligible receiver downfield. Mike Salmon's throwing his hands up saying, how is that possible? So 5 yards on the penalty. Takes it back to the 45. Mike Salmon's pleading his case there. We can see from the sideline. So move it back to the 45 of the Rams. That's the first time they've been in that position today. So 1st and 15. Double barrel shotgun look this time with Browning and Wallace. On the far side hash mark. Lundy gives it off to Wallace. Wallace bounces it to the outside, a little stutter step at the 50, and then dives forward across the 45, gets down inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 11 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 4. Wallace already with 30 yards on the night. He had a 47-yarder taken off the board due to a hold. But the Rams took care of business very quickly after that. Here's Lundy rolling out, gets hit as he throws, and that ball was tipped and nearly picked off. Darian Bell on the far sideline as Lundy took a big pop there trying to set that one up that went nowhere. 3rd down and 4. Greyhounds dialed up a blitz at a perfect time on that one. Ashland leads Belfry 13-0 after 1 over at Putnam Stadium. 3rd and 4, 4 minutes to go here in the first. Trips wide left, Browning in the left pocket of Lundy from the gun. Lundy claps for it, keeps it himself, follows Browning, comes near sideline, has 1st down yardage and more. He's across the 35, a stutter step 30, and then is dragged out of bounds by Elijah Webb into the Rams bench. Lundy, one of those guys that you have to account for his running ability as he takes it across the 30. They're going to take him down to the 27. That's a gain of 17, and another Ram Pharmacy 1st down. Near side hash mark for the Rams. And now this time Lundy split out wide as Connor Hughes will come into the ball game in the Wild Ram. Hughes takes, keeps, tries to chase it to the outside edge, and it was blown up from the word go. They got a great push off the line as Cordray Patterson made the hit. Hughes a little slow to come up, and now trying to get to the sideline, hobbling. Now he just falls down. So an injury timeout. So an injury timeout as they help Hughes to the sideline. We'll step aside for a break. Back after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Hey Rams fans, would you do anything to support your team? What about switching your checking account? With Ashland Credit Union's debit card, you can support your favorite team. Every time you make an eligible purchase with your debit card, Ashland Credit Union donates 10 cents on your behalf to the Senior Assistance Program. Sign up for your favorite team's debit card today at Ashland Credit Union, 1300 Central Avenue, Ashland. Membership eligibility required, federally insured by NCUA.
When you want.
Second down and 11 after the loss of one on the play. Lundy stands in the pocket, now rolling out, looking left. He's going to stop. He'll fire. He's got his man there of Jackson Heighton, who makes the catch, slips a tackle, hits the B button at the 15, and moves the sticks for another Ram Pharmacy first down.
Jackson Heighton, Fort Air Supreme Heating and Air Rams, first down.
Nice job there by Lundy to extend the play to give Heighton enough time to find a seam. They actually say he's down at the 16. So inside the Johnson chiropractic orange zone, 1st and 10 on the near side hash mark. Lundy with three receivers wide right, one left, that's Likens. The take, the give to Farrell. Farrell with a big hole, makes a juke move at the 5 and dances into the end zone for 6. Touchdown, Raceland. Jules Farrell, his 5th touchdown of the year. 2:30 to play in the first. It's 20-0 Rams. Nice move there by Jules Farrell as he did a little shimmy shake at the 5. And into the end zone he went. So ice it out for the extra point attempt. As we'll get a new holder, Parker Fannin, as typically that is the job of Connor Hughes. And they got an early start off the edge. That was Ransom. So now we'll ask if they want to take it. And they will take the penalty, so now they're going to go for 2. So half the distance to the goal. Will give the Rams a chance to add to this lead. This is where you run a big lineman in there and give him the football. They're going to start Webb in as an H-back. Wallace in the right pocket of Lundy. So a 2-point conversion coming up for the Rams. Greyhounds loading the line. 2-point conversion. Lundy takes, keeps, tosses it outside edge. There's his man wide open as he hits Braden Webb for the two-point conversion, and it's 22-0 with 2:30 to go in the first. We're back after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Nice kickoff there by Peyton Eisen as he bangs that one 3 yards out of the back of the end zone. And that's where the Greyhounds will move it out to the 20-yard line. That last drive for the Rams, 6 plays, 50 yards, 2 minutes and 11 seconds. 16-yard run by Jules Farrell. And a Johnson chiropractic touchdown on the back end of it. Makes it 22-0 for the Rams. Boyle County now in front of Boyd 21-0. That game over in Cannonsburg. Frederick will start at an empty set again. 3 receivers left. 3 receivers right, 2 left. Man in motion. Frederick rolling out right. Pressure coming. Steps up. Throws a ball down the middle of the field, and it's swatted away. Jules Farrell, what a great pass deflection he had there. They were trying to force it into Dakari Ransom, but Farrell, who has 5 interceptions on the season, swatted that one away with the right hand. Incomplete, 2nd down. That was a perfectly deflected ball there of using his offhand. And now we've got a penalty marker on the near side, an ineligible man downfield. That pass, or that penalty will be declined. So stay 2nd down and 10. They'll start with Cowan in the backfield. 2 receivers for Frederick, and everybody went except for the center. So false start on Paris. It's hard to fake that one out when everybody goes except for the man with the football. So Paris, 2 penalties now for 7 yards. That's been accepted. So make it 2nd and 15. Same set. High snap. Frederick has to keep it himself. Finds a seam off the near side edge, and he gets walloped. Jackson Heighton and Braden Webb leading the charge. He'll get out to the 18-yard line on a gain of 3. That was not the play. He was trying to hand that ball off, and it was so high, all he could do was hang on to it. So make it 3rd and 12 from the 18. 2 minutes to play first quarter. Bell County leads Fleming County 12-0. Ironton leads Portsmouth West 21-0 at the half. 22-0 our score here as Frederick goes up under center. Play action. Stands in the pocket. Hit as he throws. It's a wounded duck to the far sideline, and the closest man there was Noah Wallace. It's incomplete. It's 4th and 12. Minute 42 to go here in the first. So Cruz coming out for his 4th punt of the ball game, averaging only 24 yards. Landon Newman again stands inside the Greyhound side of the 50. That one's blocked. Elias Jackson blocked it up into the sky, and the Rams are going to recover it inside the 10. At the 6, it was all Elias Jackson that got it.
Greyhound punt. Rams will have it 1st and goal from the 6.
So put it 1st and goal from the 6 by Elias Jackson with a minute 37 to play in the opening frame. Jackson has had a couple of good pushes early on. And now the Rams are going to go into an I formation. Browning is the fullback. Wallace as the tailback. Lundy crawls up under center. Drew Burke puts it in his hands, gives it off to Wallace. Wallace a shift, finds a seam, into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Raceland. Noah Wallace punches it in for his first touchdown of the evening, 28-0 with 1:33 to go in the first quarter. Touchdown for Wallace, number 26 in his career, his 9th on the year. Ison out for the extra point attempt. Fannin gets it down. Ison puts it up, and it's good. 29-0 with 1:33 to play in the first. Back after this on the Kuwait Sports Network.
Does your gas station or convenience store need a facelift? If so, call River City Builders at 473-4112 for your remedy. Big or small projects, River City's Builders is a company for all your needs. We have extensive experience in the petroleum industry, from routine gas dispenser and canopy maintenance to above-ground, underground tank and piping work to full-blown remodels and new builds. Call River City Builders at 473-4112 for all your petroleum needs. We'll cover your back and keep your customers pumping gas.
For those on the go, the smoothie connoisseur, the break room favorite, and for those that just never quite have it all, Clark's has what you need to keep your day on track. Make life easier and keep your busy schedule moving forward with everything you need at Clark's. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
So another touchback for Peyton Ison. He had his Wheaties this morning. So yeah, he's got a little bit of wind behind him, I will say that. It's hard to see. The flag is kind of just, it's smushed up against the mast over there because of the rain, which has been wet today. But certainly he's playing with that wind behind him here in this first quarter of play. So Frederick in a double-barrel shotgun look. The high snap, play action, pulls it down, keeps it himself, comes off to the near sideline. He looked down and saw Campbell and says, I'll take a knee. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Coming up at the turn of quarter number 2, Shayla Newman's going to have a special guest that we'll bring into the broadcast to talk about. A member of the Rams Hall of Fame class from last year, and also one of our very valued members of our veterans. Here's Ransom. Makes the catch on the far sideline, trying to dance free, and he is stonewalled by all kinds of black jerseys. Lyndon Salmons, Ben Taylor, Jackson Height, Mason Likens, and Brody Austin. Take your pick. And we've got a player. Not certain. The officials look like they'd huddled with Taekwon Rice on the far sideline, but either way, the clock stops with 51 seconds. I didn't see anything that alluded to that it was. Yeah. So put it back to the 17 on a loss of 3. 51 seconds to go. I have no idea what the call was because I didn't see anything from the officials. So Frederick takes a man off the field. They had 12 men on the field out of the stoppage. So Frederick in an empty set. Rams showing blitz. Here they come. Hit it as he throws. It's a wounded duck, and Parker Fannin runs underneath it and makes the interception at the 40-yard line. He'll pick up a couple, but interception number 19 on the season. Jackson Heighton got the big hit on Frederick as he let it fly. So take fanning down to the 38-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. So a touchdown and an extra point here will put the running clock in motion with 42 seconds to go in the first quarter. Lundy starts with 3 receivers wide left, Browning in his right pocket. Lundy wants to throw on 1st down. Pressure coming off the edge, steps up in the pocket. He'll keep it and run it himself, and then does a slip and slide on the wet turf just shy of the 30. Take him down to the 31-yard line. That's a gain of 7. Make it 2nd down and 3. 22 seconds to go in the first quarter. Probably your final play of the first frame. Lundy wants to throw. Time to throw, airing it out. He's got a man there. There's Mason Likens on the post route, but he can't haul it in, and it falls incomplete. And that's probably where you have the wind behind it, as it looked like that ball kind of sailed on him just a little bit. So clock resting with 13 seconds to go in the first. Colt Wheatley coming into the ball game. He'll replace Likens. Wheatley, one of those seniors on this year's class. 16 to be exact. And now Mike Sammons is going to have to burn a timeout because the play clock was at 6 before they could get it in. So we'll go ahead and stay here. Greenup leading Lawrence County 14-0, 6:13 to play before halftime. Ashland leads Belfry 13-0 over at Putnam Stadium. Boyle leads Boyd 21-0. Stay with me at the half. I'll check all the scores from around the area. We'll also have an interview with Coach Mike Sammons before they head into the locker room. At the beginning of quarter number 2, Shayla Newman is going to be joined by Kenny Lax. If you know anything about Raceland, you know Coach Lax and everything that he does and has been. He is he's a staple with this community. It was probably about 5 o'clock, a little bit before 5, and it was just downpouring rain. Kenny was out here getting his seat all ready to go. So we'll go down to them and talk with him in just a few moments. Pikeville leads Harlan 22-0, 6 minutes to go in the halftime. The number 1 team in Class Single A, trying to make quick work of their opposition. Still haven't seen anything on the big game that everybody's watching tonight for both sides of that is Harlan and Williamsburg. And if we see any scores on that, we will let you know. Out of the timeout, here we go. 3rd and 3 for the Rams from the 31. Lundy claps for it. Stands in the pocket, looks far sideline, zips it out to his man, Landon Newman, but he airmails him over top of his head. It's incomplete and brings up 4th down. So 9 seconds to go in the quarter. I think he's got the leg. With the wind behind him, let him boot it. He's hit 7 field goals in his career. He's 2 for 3 this season. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They're 52.6% of the time successful this year, 10 of 19. Lundy on 4th and 3. The low snap. Gives it off to his tailback. No, he keeps it himself, pulls it out, gets a nice block, angles for the edge, has 1st down yardage and more, cuts downfield, and stays in bounds as he rumbles across the 15. Lundy just took nothing and made something. And he takes it down inside the 15, and it'll be down inside the Johnson Chiropractic Orange Zone when we return for quarter number 2 after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
There's a lot of places to invest your money and no shortage of advice, but I think a lot of these get-rich-quick schemes are good ways to get broke quick. That's why I like the CDs at my bank. Guaranteed, insured.
Great rates, plus the comfort of knowing your CDs are guaranteed and insured. That's First and People's Bank. For all your banking needs, see the good folks at First and People's Bank, the home office. Member Equal Housing Lender, FDIC.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
29-0 our scores. We welcome you back here. Going into quarter number 2, the Rams will have it 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Nope, now they're going to put it at the 12-yard line. We lost a yard when we walked it to the other end of the field. Either way. So Lundy made something out of nothing on that last play as he gets it down to the 12. So the Rams now working it from left to right as I view it here. High atop the press box, 1st and 10 from inside the Johnson Chiropractic orange zone. Lundy pumps, throws back corner of the end zone, looking for Fannin. He's got him on the near sideline. Touchdown Rams. 12-yard touchdown strike from Lundy to Parker Fannin as Fannin hauls in his 8th touchdown of the season. 4 seconds into the frame, and it's 35-0. Extra point to come that would put the running clock in order as Ison goes out for the attempt. Lundy on the night, 4 for 9, 56 yards, 3 touchdowns. Here's a low snap. Fannin picks it up, tosses it out to Jules Farrell, and the 2-point conversion is good. So, again, it's kind of been that night for the Rams, as it's 37-0 with 11:56 to play in the half, and the running clock will start from this point forward. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Shayla Newman. She's standing by with Kenny Lax and an interview with Mr. Lax. Shayla?
Tonight we're here with Kenny Lax. Kenny, what are your thoughts on Raceland's team this year?
Oh, they're great. Could be maybe one of the best teams we've ever had.
And what are your thoughts about Raceland's new turf?
Oh, it's really great. Back in my day, we didn't even have a rug in the locker room.
That's funny. I understand last year you were inducted into Raceland Football Hall of Fame, right?
Right.
Does that make you feel closer to this team in the football program?
Oh, yes. To me, that was one of the greatest honors it could be.
I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Shaylin. I like that. They didn't have a rug in the locker room. Thanks, Mr. Lax, for joining us here. So Ison's kickoff will go out of bounds, so put it at the 35-yard line. That's the best starting field position tonight for the Greyhounds. And it's a running clock the rest of the way. So Frederick in a double-barrel shotgun look on 1st down and 10 from his own 35. High snap. He'll stick it in the breadbasket of his tailback. And Elias Jackson welcomes him to the wet turf here at Ramland. Handoff went to Ransom. A loss of a yard on the play, make it 2nd down and 11. Right now, Paris unofficially with -2 yards, -4 on the rushing attack. Raceland came in with one of the top rushing defenses in the entire state, regardless of classification. They lead Class Single A. Giving up on the defensive side of things 75.7 yards a game. Only giving up a total of 169. Here's a handoff. And a big hit there by Cam Bell as that goes off to Preston Cowan. So a loss of a yard on that one makes it 3rd down and 12. 10:30 to play before halftime. So the Rams, again, barring the miracle of all miracles that we would see here, will be back home again next week. They'll play the winner of Hazard and Williamsburg. We'll try to get a score update on that one at halftime. Frederick on 3rd down and long. Pressure coming off the edge. Floats it to the far sideline. He was trying to force it out to Ransom. Campbell was in the area. Mason Likens and Christian Wall was in pursuit of Frederick. Pass is incomplete, and it's 4th down. So far, the Greyhounds' drives have gone punt, 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 blocked punt, interception, and another punt attempt coming up here on 4th and 12. Newman backs up this time, stands inside his own 40 as Cruz will kick toward the wind at his back for the first time today. This one's blocked again. Elias Jackson got another hand on it. It does get away. It will tumble across midfield, but Elias Jackson with his 2nd block of the ball game. So it'll be a 23-yard kick as it'll get out to the 44-yard line. So the Rams will take over inside of 9 minutes to go before halftime. And Lundy will come out an offset pistol look with Heighton and Browning. Handoff Jackson Heighton. Heighton streaking near side. Delivers a stiff arm at the 50. He's down across the 40 and then is pushed out of bounds on the near sideline next to the Rams bench. Jackson Heighton with a big carry there and a stiff arm right in front of the Rams side of things. As it's another Ram Pharmacy 1st down as he gets down to the 32-yard line on a gain of 24. Paintsville leads Bishop Brossart 7-0 late first quarter up in northern Kentucky. Lundy on 1st and 10. Wants to throw. Stands in the pocket. Pumps. Comes out to the right side. Floats to the back of the end zone. There's Landon Newman, and it's knocked away. As Marcus Garr got a hand on it and swatted it down for an incompletion. So 2nd down and 10. Greenup still in front of Lawrence, 14-0. That game's almost at halftime. Pikeville still only leading 22-0 on Harlan. That game late 2nd quarter as well. Lundy in a double-barrel shotgun look. The give to Wallace. Wallace a little stutter step. Puts a foot in the turf. Cuts back down the seam and gets down to the 20. That's a gain of 12 and another Ram Pharmacy 1st down. Rams with 13 first downs in the first half. Coming into the game, they were averaging just over 19. So at the Johnson Chiropractic Orange Zone, 2 receivers wide left, 1 right. That's Wheatley. Lundy looking left. Throws left. He's got his man there in the seam who makes the catch. That's Mason Likens. Sheds a tackle 5, bullies himself through, and gets into the end zone for the 6th. Touchdown, Raceland. 20-yard hookup from Lundy to Mason Likens, their 2nd hookup of the night. And it's 43-0. With that pass, Logan Lundy goes over 2,000 yards on the season and is now 23 yards shy of 4,000 in his career. And that extra point was blocked off the left edge. 43-0. Back after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Hey, Rams fans, would you do anything to support your team? What about switching your checking account? With Ashland Credit Union's debit card, you can support your favorite team. Every time you make an eligible purchase with your debit card, Ashland Credit Union donates 10 cents on your behalf to the Senior Assistance Program. Sign up for your favorite team's debit card today at Ashland Credit Union, 1300 Central Avenue, Ashland. Membership eligibility required, federally insured by NCUA.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts, and salads. A tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenham, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
$43-0 our scores. We welcome you back here to Rams Stadium. Little pooch kick this time, scooped up on the far sideline by Webb. Webb cuts upfield, finds a big hole, and he's down the far sideline. 3 men trying to chase him down. He'll do a stutter step at the 40 and is finally forced out of bounds there, but a nice return by Elijah Webb. And for the first time in the ballgame, the Greyhounds will have the football inside of Raceland territory. But Webb takes it down inside the 40, I believe, around the 36, 37-yard line, depending on, they're going to put it at the 37. So 3:55 on a running clock as the Greyhounds will take possession. Here's a handoff to the tailback who darts right through the A-gap. That's Cruz. Give him a couple on the carry. Down to the 35-yard line. Make it 2nd down and 8. Cruz coming in to the game at 210 yards. Rushed for five times for 45 last week. Here's a handoff that gets blown up. They were trying to work the end around to Webb, and Webb gets swallowed up. Xander Jenkins, Lyndon Salmons, and Cam Bell, all the men there in the area. So take him back to the 37-yard line on a loss of 2, make it 3rd down and 10. Bears 0 for 6 in 3rd down tries here tonight. Empty set for Frederick. Pressure coming off the edge. Floats it near sideline. The ball is tipped, and Landon Newman had it. He jumped and didn't need to. It sailed over top of the head of Trey Morrell. Newman had it hit him right in the chest. Pass is incomplete. And Newman just missed interception number 3 on the season. So 4th down coming up for the Greyhounds. We'll check in with Mike Salmons before his team heads to the locker room. Olivia Porter will have that report. Offense stays on the field. No, excuse me, now it's Cruz. Cruz with a low kick, scoops it up, angles it toward the far sideline, takes a big bounce, and the Greyhounds try to save it in but can't do so. Darian Bell got down there and tried to knock it back inside, but it's goes into the end zone for a touchback. So the Rams take it 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line with 1:36 to play here before halftime. So offense starters onto the field. Lundy with Browning in the backfield with him. Rams are missing a lineman. Levi Riley jumps in there. Play clock's at 5 for Lundy. Handoff Browning, right up the gut he goes. He's mad as he pushes through the hole and is just shy of the 30 or the 25, excuse me. We'll give him the 24 and a gain of 4. Make it 2nd down and 6. Colt Wheatley into the ball game on the far side. 38 seconds to go in the half. Lundy pumps, sets up the bubble screen, brings it out to Newman. Newman makes the grab, comes inside, and Ransom slings him to the turf after making the grab and crossing the 30-yard line. It will be a first down after a gain of 7. It's the 15th first down of the ball game. Another Ram Pharmacy first down. And Raceland's content with what they've got, and they're going to the locker room leading 43-0. Unofficially, -3 total yards for the visiting Greyhounds. Raceland with 238. And the Rams have scored touchdowns in every time they've touched the football, with the exception of this last one here, when they go to the locker room. They will get the football to start the second half. So we're standing by for Coach Salmons, as we'll get a word with him, as Olivia Porter will grab him for a couple of quick words before we head off to our halftime coverage. All right, Coach Salmons is with Olivia Porter.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Coach, how do you feel about the first half of the game?
I thought we were really focused. Obviously, took really control of the game, trying to move on and keep our guys healthy, and I'm really proud of the way our guys approached the first half.
What do you expect for the half of the game?
Second half, we just want to try to get out here healthy, make sure we got a lot of young guys from reps, and keep moving forward, get ready for next week.
Thank you, Coach. Back to you.
Thanks, Olivia. Great job by you. 43-0 our score at the half. We'll step aside for a break. Halftime show when we return after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
My truck and I work all day long, so the truck has to be tough. But I want my truck loan easygoing, and that's what I get at my bank. Flexible terms, great rates. My truck loan works for me, just like my truck.
For great rates on loans for your next truck or car, see the good folks at First and People's Bank, the home office. Member Equal Housing Lender, FDIC.
If you've been in a wreck or need work done on your vehicle, Bowman's Auto Service is the place to go. If you've had engine problems, need a tune-up, oil change, or maybe you need a transmission flush, the place to go is Bowman's Auto Service. Bowman's Auto Service on Lexington Avenue in Flatwoods is an ICAR Gold Certified Collision Repair Shop and an ASE Certified Mechanical Shop. They've been in the business for over 30 years, and they repair and fix all makes and models. Bowman's uses computer diagnostic, and they work with all insurance companies. Bowman's Auto Service, Lexington Avenue in Flatwoods. Call 836-0837.
Are you having trouble keeping your parking lot lit? Is customer safety one of your top priorities? If so, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We have bucket truck and boom crane truck services. We have extensive experience in exterior lighting and parking lot lighting maintenance. No need to ever be in the dark again. Remember, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We will light your path to success.
For those on the go, the smoothie connoisseur, the break room favorite, and for those that just never quite have it all, Clark's has what you need to keep your day on track. Make life easier and keep your busy schedule moving forward with everything you need at Clark's. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Back at the half, 43-0, Raceland in front of the visiting Paris Greyhounds. James Carey, happy to have you along with us here this evening. Let's take a look at how this has gone down. Raceland's defense has been stellar at best, and they have held unofficially Paris to -3 total yards of offense. Raceland with 238 total for them. It started off first with Mason Likens and Logan Lundy hooking up for a 22-yard touchdown. 7-0 our score with 8:18 to go in the first. Newman hits his second touchdown of the evening. Landon Newman takes it in from 10 yards out. 14-0 is your score. And then Logan Lundy gives it off to Jules Farrell. He scampers into the end zone, 16 yards out, 22-0. Then very quickly, Rams get a blocked punt. They take over on the Greyhounds 6, and Noah Wallace takes it in from 6 yards out, 29-0 your score after 1 quarter of play. Start of the second quarter, the Rams go right back to it as Parker Fannin hauls in the score from 12 yards out, 37-0. And then Lundy and Mason Likens hook up again for a 20-yard touchdown with 5:35 to play in the half. 43-0 is our score at halftime. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll look at individual numbers. We'll check scores from other games around the area and get you ready for the second half of action. Rams on their way to playing host to next week. We'll continue our coverage after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Raceland Christian Church, 210 Caroline Road, wishes all of our area athletes the best as they compete in their respective seasons. May you be encouraged by your church family to run with endurance the race set before you in such a way as pleases Jesus so that you gain the prize that never fades away. Raceland Christian Church meets Sunday at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. at 210 Caroline Road, Raceland. Visit us online at racelandchristian.com.
$43-0 our score at the half. Raceland leading Paris here in the second round of the Class Single A playoffs. Let's look at some numbers. Logan Lundy on the evening, 6 for 12, 83 yards. He's thrown 4 touchdowns. That runs his total on the season now to 32. He surpassed 2,000 yards on the year and now needs, doing some quick math here, 16 yards to break 4,000 for his career. The Rams' running attack tonight has been, again, stellar as it has been all season long. Noah Wallace leads the way with 4 carries for 48 yards. He's surpassed 2,000 and counting now as he came in needing only 8 yards to go over 2,000 on his career. 4 carries for 48 yards. He's got a touchdown. Jules Farrell also with a touchdown. Mason Likens, another big night, 2 catches for 42. Both of those have gone into the end zone. Landon Newman, 2 for 17. Jackson Heighton and Parker Fannin have each caught a ball. Fannin got into the end zone for a score. Caden Frederick, 3 for 12 with 2 yards in passing. Brandon Cruz and Frederick, the only 2 with positive rushing numbers. Cruz has 1 yard. Frederick has 3. Morrell with the longest play from scrimmage that's been positive for the Greyhounds. That was on the first play from scrimmage on the 6-yard pass to the far sideline. 43-0 our score at the half. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll check scores from other games around the area and get you ready for the second half of action here at Rams Stadium. Our coverage continues after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Hey Rams fans, would you do anything to support your team? What about switching your checking account? With Ashland Credit Union's debit card, you can support your favorite team. Every time you make an eligible purchase with your debit card, Ashland Credit Union donates 10 cents on your behalf to the Senior Assistance Program. Sign up for your favorite team's debit card today at Ashland Credit Union, 1300 Central Avenue, Ashland. Membership eligibility required, federally insured by NCUA.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Doubt, stress, anxiety, frustration. That was yesterday. Today is your day to get back on track to a brighter future. At Ashland Community and Technical College, we're open and ready to help now. With ridiculously affordable, amazingly flexible classes that can lead to highly paid positions in IT, healthcare, and more. The real world's tough, but not as tough as you. Visit kctcs.edu/findyourcareer.
For those on the go, the smoothie connoisseur, the break room favorite, and for those that just never quite have it all, Clark's has what you need to keep your day on track. Make life easier and keep your busy schedule moving forward with everything you need at Clark's. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Back here at Raceland Rams Stadium, 43-0 our score at the half. Let's take a look at scores from around the area. Boyle County hammering Boyd 35-0, 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go before halftime over in Cannonsburg. Ashland leads Belfry 28-7 at halftime. Lawrence County scores before the half. They now trail Greenup 14-7 at the break. Hazard leads Williamsburg 12-0. Pikeville now in front of Harlan 36-0. Running clock down in Pikeville. So the top two teams in Class Single A both set to advance to next week's quarterfinals round. Rams will play host to the Williamsburg Hazard winner, and the winner of Bishop Brossard and Paintsville will head down the way of US 23 and a matchup with Pikeville. So we'll see how things play out as it goes down, and then from that point, that is basically your regional round, if you will, and then from that point, then you go into the state semifinals after that, and then it's RPI across the entire state. So the fourth highest remaining seed would play the top seed, and then the other remaining seed would play the second seed, or if the second seed or if the first seed was dropped and the second seed moved up, then another team would move into that second seed. But it all goes across the state on Black Friday. And then, of course, if you win after that, it's off to Kroger and Kroger Field down in Lexington and a chance for a state championship. So the Rams have had the football tonight 6 times that have gone to the end zone for touchdowns. They're 7th. They ran a couple of plays and then just took it to the locker room. They will get the football to start the second half on a breezy night that we saw rain throughout the entire day. Had some rain here before the kickoff, but it has stayed dry since then. And the Rams, as we heard from Mike Sammons, they want to try to stay healthy, get some guys some action, and move on to next week's game that they'll play host to either Hazard or Williamsburg, and we'll try to keep you up to date on that one as the scores come in to us from there. We'll take our final break. When we come back, we'll get you ready for the second half of action. Rams leading this one 43-0. Our coverage continues after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Does your gas station or convenience store need a facelift? If so, call River City Builders at 473-4112 for your remedy. Big or small projects, River City's Builders is a company for all your needs. We have extensive experience in the petroleum industry, from routine gas dispenser and canopy maintenance to above-ground, underground tank and piping work to full-blown remodels and new builds. Call River City Builders at 473-4112 for all your petroleum needs. We'll cover your back and keep your customers pumping gas.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-through. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
There's a lot of places to invest your money and no shortage of advice, but I think a lot of these get-rich-quick schemes are good ways to get broke quick. That's why I like the CDs at my bank. Guaranteed, insured.
Great rates, plus the comfort of knowing your CDs are guaranteed and insured. That's First of People's Bank. For all your banking needs, see the good folks at First of People's Bank, the home office. Member Equal Housing Lender, FDIC.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Join me tomorrow morning right here on the Cool Hit Sports Network for Let's Talk Sports at 9 o'clock. Trying to get some coaches in studio. See if we can wrestle Mike and some players out of bed in the morning. We'll see what happens with Greenup County. And if they hang on up in Louisa, chance for the Musketeers to advance on to the next round of the playoffs. But a showdown in that one. And again, I think that was one of the better games that we were expecting to see because of the tightly contested battle that one was back in week number 3. The Bulldogs had the football with a chance to get the win on 4th down on their final play of the ball game and came up short. They fumbled at the goal line, and they lost that one 17-14. They're down 14-7 at the half. We'll also check in, maybe try to grab Chad Tackett if his team hangs on. They're up big on Belfry over at Putnam Stadium. You talk about a team of two halves. They played through the first half of the season at 2-3, haven't lost since, and they have really looked the part of being a team that's going to make a deeper run than what's expected. And again, that's a youthful team, to say the least. But kudos to Coach Tackett in his first year there of everything that he's had to go through and work through on that. But he certainly got his team playing some of their best football at the right possible time, and that's when you get into the latter part of the season and postseason play. So the Rams will get the football to start the second half. We'll also have a couple reports from our sideline reporters, including an interview I should say an interview, excuse me, coming up with a Ram alum who is also standing on the other side of the orange and black tonight, my son, Nicholas Collier. He is the director of PR at Paris Independent Schools. He and his wife, both teachers there for the district. But we'll have an interview with him coming up here in just a little bit. That is, if we can find him. I haven't seen him since. So Paris will kick off to start the second half. Landon Newman will stand back on the near side. On the far side is Mason Likens. And let's see if it's Logan Lundy that comes back out or Parker Eisen that takes the snaps. Logan Lundy is standing on the near sideline and does not have a helmet anywhere near him. So here's the first kickoff of the night. Parker Fannin calls for the fair catch just inside the 30.
Parker Fannin, fair catch is the kickoff just inside the 30-yard line. Raceland have it 1st and 10.
Let's see where they're going to spot him, at the 30 or the 29. Looks like the 29, yes. So running clock again as the Rams put it in motion early. So Parker Eisen comes out with several new faces. Isaiah Dinger will start in his sidecar. Handoff Dinger. Dinger trying to bust it to the outside. Gets stood up and is finally chased out of bounds. Nice job there. Nimble feed by Gary Fannin. Gary Fannin just about got leveled. He had to do some agile dancing there. He was knocked out of bounds on the near sideline. But it'll be a loss of a yard by Dinger.
I was trying to figure out who I had to pay if they took him out.
I just want his hat.
Evan Tipton, the man that chased him out. Here's Eisen, calls his own number, goes right up the gut across the 30. Picks up a couple. Looks like they're going to take him out to the 32. That's a gain of 4. It makes it 3rd down and 7. Nice look there, high overhead. Even better look there over into the huddle. Here's a high snap. Eisen brings it out near side. Colt Wheatley on a bubble screen. Wheatley makes the grab and gets out near the 35. So here's an interesting one for you. For Parker Eisen, in limited action that he's had this season, he was 7 of 7 with 4 touchdowns coming into the ball game. He has not thrown an incomplete pass this season. Not too bad as a backup. Knock on some wood, I said. And now we got motion up front, and jumping across early was Cordray Patterson. And that will make it enough for a first down. They needed 4, they got 5. So another Ram Pharmacy first down for the Rams, their 15th of the ball game. Dinger and Lockwood. High snap. That one shoots over top of Eisen's head, and he's going to have to scurry backward, and he doesn't pick it up. And it's going to be recovered by the defense as Ransom jumps on it inside the 20. So Eisen tried to jump on it and couldn't corral it back in. So now give the ball to the Greyhounds at the Rams' 17-yard line. Frederick goes in an empty set, 3 receivers wide right, 2 to the left. A deep back of Ransom on the near side slot. Frederick puts him in motion. Fakes it, keeps it himself, dives off left guard, and gets down to the 11. Gain of 6 on the play, brings up 2nd down and 4. Ashland still leading Belfry 28-7. That game midway through the 3rd quarter. Frederick crawls up under center. He'll bring an attached tight end and a wing back near side, then puts a man in motion. He'll fake it, give it off to Cruz, and he gets swallowed up. Looked like Ross Burton was the man that came in there. And the Studebaker stuck. That's the saddest I've heard it sound all season long. So loss on the play makes it 3rd down and 5 back at the 12. Frederick in a 2 tight end set. Play action. Stands in the pocket. Flings it out to the far sideline. Has his man there of Webb. Webb makes the grab and then is wrestled to the ground. Nice open field tackle there by Colt Wheatley. Xander Jenkins also in the area as well as Ty Tyson. So at the 11, it'll be 4th down and 4. Have not attempted a 4th down try here tonight. Frederick, play action. Floats it toward the back corner of the end zone. He's got Morrell there who hauls it in for the 6. Touchdown, Greyhounds. Morrell hauls in touchdown number 8 on the season. Frederick throws his 19th. And Gary Phantom was losing his mind on the near sideline because someone lost their man. So the Greyhounds on the board, 43-6 now the score. And they will go for 2 as Frederick crawls up under center. Play action, rolls out, throws it to the far side. That one's knocked away. Swatting it down there was Dylan Hall. 43-6, 5:20 to go in the 3rd. Back after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
When you need collision work or mechanical work on your vehicle, go to Bowman's Auto Service, Lexington Avenue in Flatwoods. Bowman's can do frame repair for ICAR certification. They have a downdraft bake oven for factory paint finish, and they get your vehicle back to its pre-accident condition with qualified ICAR Gold certified technicians. Bowman's is also an ASE certified mechanic shop providing transmission flushes, steering and suspension services, AC services, oil changes, and tune-ups. At Bowman's, they always strive for 100% customer satisfaction. Bowman's Auto Service, Lexington Avenue in Flatwoods. Call 836-0837.
Living the life I love.
Someone will be with you. Don't know when. Don't hold your breath, but keep waiting. You don't have anything better to do.
You know, at First and People's Bank, you don't have to wait for an answer. The decision makers are at the bank, and the friendly tellers are always ready to wait on you. First and People's Bank, the home office. Member Equal Housing Lender, FDIC.
Scoops up the ball and falls on the turf inside the 40. Should be at the 38-yard line, and that's exactly where they will be with 4:08 to go. Here's an interesting shot. Logan Lundy with a camera on the sideline. His night's done. He's having a time with Clay Coldiron and Ben Taylor. Now they're practicing their field goal attempt here. We can see some lineman field goal attempts, if you will. Now Jackson Height wants to get in there. Back in action we go. Parker Eisen takes it off the edge and gets walloped before he gets to the line of scrimmage. They'll give him forward progress for a gain of 1. The interesting thing about that group that I was just talking about, except for Clay, I've got every single one of those kids in class, and they are a hoot. Great group of kids to be around. And one of the things they say, one of the mottos you hear around race, it's different here. It is. The culture is just phenomenal. And these kids, they're a blast to be around. Here's Ison. Pinballs his way out for another yard. Make it 3rd down and 8. So 2:50 to go in the 3rd. Rams will be back home next week. They'll play the winner of Hazard and Williamsburg. The last score we had on that one was 12-0 Hazard. Here's Ison. Slings it out to the far sideline. He's got his man there of Bryson Rousey. And Rousey hauls it in for a short gain before being chased out of bounds into the Greyhound sideline. Let's see where they're going to spot him. I believe it's at the 41 or 42-yard line. So put him at the 41. It's going to be 4th down and 7. And we've got a penalty marker on the field as well. So they'll get a dead ball penalty against Raceland's Ross Burton. So back it up 15. And Mason Likens will have to come out to punt. Not something the Rams have done a whole lot of this season. They've only punted the ball 13 times, but averaging nearly 45 a game. Likens got a low kick that is picked off at the 42 there. I believe that was Darian Bell that just reached up and snagged it.
That was good grab.
It may have been Hickerson. It was hard to see the numbers. It happened so quick. Either way, nice job by him as he scooped it up from the 42-yard line and takes it down to the 37. Let's see if they even try to snap this one. They've got one final play probably before we go to the second or the fourth quarter. Here's a double reverse to Webb. Webb finds an angle off the edge. He stood up there. Andrew Conley forces him down, and then he gets walloped backward by all kinds of black jerseys. Andrew Conley was the man leading the charge. So no gain on the play, and that'll take us to the fourth and final quarter. We'll go to our sideline reporter when we return after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
There's a lot of places to invest your money and no shortage of advice, but I think a lot of these get-rich-quick schemes are good ways to get broke quick. That's why I like the CDs at my bank. Guaranteed, insured.
Great rates, plus the comfort of knowing your CDs are guaranteed and insured. That's First and People's Bank. For all your banking needs, see the good folks at First and People's Bank, the home office. Member Equal Housing Lender, FDIC.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-through. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
12 minutes to go in this one on a running clock, 43-6. Raceland in front of Paris. James Carr, happy to have you along with us here tonight. 2nd down and 10 for the Greyhounds as Frederick sets up on the Rams' 37-yard line. Frederick wants to throw, standing in the pocket, pressure coming. Conley chasing him from the edge, and Conley jumps on top of him. Ball comes free. I believe Cotton was the man that jumped on it after the forced fumble, and it will be a turnover as Cotton gets in there for the recovery. Jude Cotton with the fumble recovery. Well, while we have a breaking the action. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Olivia Porter. She's standing by with a member of the Paris crew. He's the Director of Public Relations for Paris Independent Schools, Nicholas Collier. Olivia?
I'm here with Nicholas Collier. Nicholas, I understand you're alumni of the 2015 graduating class of Raceland. How does it feel to be back here?
It's awesome. This place has it's a funny way of bringing you back every time you think you're finally done visiting. Every time I come back, it just looks better and better, and just really proud to be an alum.
After graduating high school here, what is your career now?
So I'm actually a teacher and PR director at Paris High School. Me and the old man up top, we go back and forth a lot, trying to pick each other's brains on certain aspects. I've been helping him, he's been helping me. It's been a lot of fun.
How does it feel being on the other side of the orange and black tonight?
It's a little different. It's a little different than I'm used to. Obviously as you look at the score, on definitely the wrong side of the wrong orange and black tonight. But no, it's been fun. It's been fun, catching up with some old coaches, some of the people I graduated with. It's been a nice homecoming.
Thank you, Nicholas. Back to you.
Thanks, Olivia, and thank you, Nicholas, for joining us there. It was pretty cool. I had him. He came in and hung out with me today at school for the second half of the day. Here's a ball that's slung out to the near sideline as Max Burton. Did he haul it in? He did. The streak is still alive. The problem is it went backward. So a loss of 2 on the play. So Parker Eisen, in his career, is now moving it ahead. He's 10 of 10. And he faces 3rd and 12 from his own 47. He'll keep it himself, go right up the gut. He runs into only one of his own players and then pinballs backward. Let's see where they spot him down. They'll put him at the 48 for a gain of a yard. So it's 4th down and 11, 9:28 to go, and Mason Likens will come out and try to boom this one away. Tight one up in Louisa as it's still 14-7, late third quarter. Favoring the Musketeers. Likens for the kick. And he gets this one off and gets a nice kick. Webb will scoop it up at the 12, loses the football, and then it tumbles out of bounds at the 5. So that one will definitely play. 47 yards on the kick, no return. 1st and 10 from the 5-yard line with 8:39 to play in the ball game. Stay tuned with us after the contest. We'll have scoring and stats. We'll have a couple players that we'll talk with. One with Shaylin, one with Olivia. And we'll also be joined with Mike Sammons in the press box here for his commentary. Yeah, flag finally dried out. Now it's standing out away from the mast over there by the scoreboard. So Rams trying to run in and several new bodies. And we're going to get a timeout requested by the Rams. Also get some new bodies out on the field for Paris. And if I was looking through the binoculars correct, I was looking at a quarterback that I do not have a number for. So we shall see. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Ashland Community and Technical College. It's never too late to further your education at ACTC. Stay tuned with us after the game tonight. We'll have the Bowman's Auto Center big hit of the game, Bowman's Collision Service Center in Flatwoods. When your car gets banged up, let Bowman's put it back together and get it looking new again. Bowman's Collision Service Center, Lexington Avenue in Flatwoods. I was looking forward to Bowman's putting our car back together, but that the powers that be said it's not possible. We met Bambi coming home from Pikeville last Saturday night and wrinkled up my wife's car. It is no more, but a blessing of God, and the airbags, seatbelts, all did everything that was supposed to do, and we both came out unscathed, a little battered and bruised, but certainly could have been much, much worse. So Ashland hammering Belfry 35-7 into the third quarter. Here's a handoff as coming near sideline is Christian Johnson. He's across midfield and is finally chased down by the Rams sideline after crossing midfield and getting down to the 42-yard line. Parker Eisen on the stop. But a gain of 53 on the carry makes it 1st and 10. Only the second first down of the ball game for the Greyhounds. New quarterback in the ball game. Throws a wounded duck to the far sideline, and it falls incomplete, and a penalty marker flies. We're going to get pass interference on the Rams. I have no idea who this quarterback is, though. I can see that. Thank you. That was very helpful. Shane Bowling. Thank you. So pass interference on the Rams. Takes it down to the 32. So put it at the 27. And that one's going backward. So a loss of 3 on the play, back to the 30, makes it 2nd and 13. Trips left 1, 2 right. Bowling stands in the pocket, has a man there, and that one's picked off as Bryson Rousey makes the interception. Second interception of the ball game for the Rams, number 20 on the season. Rousey hauls it in at the 5-yard line and returns it. How far out did he bring it, my friends? Out to the 7. So 5:20 to go in the ball game. The Rams were going to go to 11-1 on the year. Paris' season will finish at 8-4, and the Rams will wait for the winner of Hazard and Williamsburg here next week. There's a handoff, as that's Brady Morrell on the carry. We got some players having some fun with the camera down on the sideline. If you can't have fun doing this job, why do it? So gain of 5 on the play, 2nd and 5. I just turned around and I looked on our camera. I've got Clay Cold Iron and Colt Wheatley all up in the camera. Oh, man, those guys are fun. Eisen on 2nd and 10. Pressure coming. Brings it near sideline looking for Rousey, and that ball is intercepted. No, it's tipped away. But it's the first incompletion of Eisen's season. So the pass falls incomplete, brings up 3rd down and 5. Inside of 4 to go in the ball game. Hazard leads Williamsburg 27-0. And now Eisen trying to come to Rousey again, and that one was well underthrown as it falls incomplete. And brings up 4th down and 5. So it appears it's going to be Raceland and Hazard here next week. So Likens from the end zone gets into it and drives this one like a missile that crosses midfield. Webb will scoop it up on his own 46. hemmed up on the far sideline, trying to stretch it out to the near sideline, running down the 40-yard line, now cuts downfield and is tackled out of bounds as Isaac Browning gets a shoestring tackle on his sideline and brings him to the ground. A 47-yard kick, but a nice return as they'll have it at the Rams 39, so a 27-yard return. 29-0 Hazard. Big hello tonight to one of my good buddies, Derek Calhoun. Certainly wishing you the best, my friend, and speedy recovery. On 1st and 10. There's a ball floated out to the far sideline. A grab there at the 30. As Traden Morrell, that's Trey's younger brother, makes the grab and gets down to the 20 for a gain of 19. Approaching 1 minute to go in the ball game. Bowling wants to zip it out to the far sideline. Gets it out to Hickerson. Gain of 1 on the play. 2nd down 9. Inside of 1 minute to go. Bowling dropping, back stands in the pocket, looking down the back line, and that one's picked off. Jumping up and making the grab, there's Bryson Rousey, his 2nd interception of the season, and he'll be chased out of bounds into the Rams bench. And that's going to be your ball game. Rams will not have to do anything from this point. Rousey returns it back out to the 40. And the Rams will move on to play another, the round of 8 here next week. It appears it will be against the Hazard Bulldogs. But the Rams go to 11-1 on the year with a win tonight over Paris, 43-6. Post-game show when we return after this on the Coed Sports Network.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenham, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Oliveville, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Doubt, stress, anxiety, frustration. That was yesterday. Today is your day to get back on track to a brighter future. At Ashland Community and Technical College, we're open and ready to help now. With ridiculously affordable, amazingly flexible classes that can lead to highly paid positions in IT, healthcare, and more. The real world's tough, but not as tough as you. Visit kctcs.edu/findyourcareer.
When you need collision work or mechanical work on your vehicle, go to Bowman's Auto Service, Lexington Avenue in Flatwoods. Bowman's can do frame repair for ICAR certification. They have a downdraft bake oven for factory paint finish, and they get your vehicle back to its pre-accident condition with qualified ICAR Gold certified technicians. Bowman's is also an ASE certified mechanic shop providing transmission flushes, steering and suspension services, AC services, oil changes, and tune-ups. At Bowman's, they always strive for 100% customer satisfaction. Bowman's Auto Service, Lexington Avenue in Flatwoods. Call 836-0837.
Roll in this one as we welcome you into the post-game show. It was a dominating performance, to say the least. Raceland put this one away very early as they put the running clock in order to start the second quarter, and it was 43-0 at halftime, and they just basically kept some guys out there to stay fresh, took care of some business, kept the clock in motion, and they move on to the quarterfinals next Friday night. They'll play Hazard. Not certain if the Hazard game has gone final, but it was 29-0 late in that ball game, the last that we saw. So Hazard will make the trip here next Friday night. We're going to have a big broadcast set up for you, as we'll certainly expand on the coverage all the way through. Two more possible games that the Rams could play host to here, and then Black Friday. If we get that one, that one's a state semifinal. And it's been a while since that one's been here. That was the last time the Rams went to Kroger Field and a chance for a state championship. But it's chalk right now. And Pikeville advances, so they'll play the winner of Bishop Brossard and Paintsville. See if I can find an updated score on that one. I haven't seen anything in a while. But either way, Raceland knows who it will be playing, and it will be Hazard. But taking a look at some of the numbers here tonight for the Rams, 15 first downs, 228 total yards of offense. Logan Lundy throws for 83 yards, 4 touchdowns. Noah Wallace runs for 48. Mason Likens, a pair of touchdown grabs tonight. Parker Fannin and Landon Newman each grab a touchdown as well. Our sideline reporters down on the field trying to line up their interviewees. So we'll wait for them as we'll go down and have a quick word with each one of them in just a moment, as soon as they get a moment to get over to the camera. But taking a look at the numbers for Paris, they were held to only 3 first downs. They were 0 of 8 on third down conversions. They put up a total of 72 yards, 34 through the air, 38 on the ground. And they had 4 turnovers in the ball game tonight. All right, let's go down to Shaylin Newman. She's standing by with one of the seniors this year, Braden Wellman. Shaylin?
Tonight so far.
I think the Raceland Rams are doing pretty good so far. We're going to go to the round 3 next week against Hazard. I'm hoping we can make it to the state finals. We only done it one time, but hopefully we can win it this year.
And are you happy to spend your senior season with these boys?
Yeah, I would do anything to spend the season with these boys. I wouldn't change the world for anything. Go Rams.
Thank you very much. Back to you.
Thank you, Shaylin. A quick update on a score as Paintsville leads Bishop Brossard 21-0, 9:08 to go in the third quarter in that one. So the winner of that game will move on to go play Pikeville next Friday night. So we await another interviewee down on the field. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll continue our coverage. We'll talk with head coach Mike Sammons, and we'll wrap it up here tonight on a what turned out to be a very nice evening for football. 43-6, the Rams on to round 3. Our coverage continues after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Are you having trouble keeping your parking lot lit? Is customer safety one of your top priorities? If so, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We have bucket truck and boom crane truck services. We have extensive experience in exterior lighting and parking lot lighting maintenance. No need to ever be in the dark again. Remember, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We will light your path to success.
Hey Rams fans, would you do anything to support your team? What about switching your checking account? With Ashland Credit Union's debit card, you can support your favorite team. Every time you make an eligible purchase with your debit card, Ashland Credit Union donates 10 cents on your behalf to the Senior Assistance Program. Sign up for your favorite team's debit card today at Ashland Credit Union, 1300 Central Avenue, Ashland. Membership eligibility required, federally insured by NCUA.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Back here in the postgame show on the Cool Hits Sports Network. James Carr, happy to have you along with us here tonight. Rams winners 43-6 this evening over the Paris Greyhounds. So the Rams will move on to the round of 8 in the quarterfinals next week. They'll bring in Hazard with a trip to the state semifinals on the line. And one step closer to making that trip toward Kroger Field. So it looks like we're getting ready to get our second interview. Looks like they've got Mason Likens boxed in down here, so we'll get him over to the camera and get him on live real quick, and we'll get you some stats, talk with Coach Mike Sammons, and wrap it up here tonight on a nice evening and a win for the Rams as they move to 11-1. Waiting on. Now we've got our sideline reporter. Let's go down to Olivia Porter. She's standing by with Mason Likens.
Mason, how was this football game for you tonight?
It was pretty fun. We had total domination of the game, and we just ran them up.
How is the rest of the season going to look for you guys?
We just got to keep winning each week and going 7 more days on after that.
Are you happy with the team so far?
Yes. After what we've been doing all year, if we keep doing that, we should end up good.
Thank you. Back to you.
Nice job, Olivia. Thank you, Mason, for joining us there. So, Rams victorious tonight. And we'll do a quick wrap-up of everything in just a little bit. Let's take a break. When we return, we've got Mike Sammons headed toward the press box. We'll get some words from Coach, get you some final stats, and set up things for next week. Hazard Bulldogs are headed to Ramland. We'll preview it when we return after this in the postgame show on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Where does your money go? When you bank with us, your deposit becomes your neighbor's loan. A real estate agent sells a house. They get a commission. They deposit it with us. We use it to make an auto loan to one of our customers. Hometown people helping each other grow. That's what it's all about. First and People's Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC. We are the home office.
Raceland Christian Church, 210 Caroline Road, wishes all of our area athletes the best as they compete in their respective seasons. May you be encouraged by your church family to run with endurance the race set before you in such a way as pleases Jesus so that you gain the prize that never fades away. Raceland Christian Church meets Sunday at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. at 210 Caroline Road, Raceland. Visit us online at racelandchristian.com.
Doubt, stress, anxiety, frustration. That was yesterday. Today is your day to get back on track to a brighter future. At Ashland Community and Technical College, we're open and ready to help now. With ridiculously affordable, amazingly flexible classes that can lead to highly paid positions in IT, healthcare, and more. The real world's tough, but not as tough as you. Visit kctcs.edu/findyourcareer.
For those on the go, the smoothie connoisseur, the break room favorite, and for those that just never quite have it all, Clark's has what you need to keep your day on track. Make life easier and keep your busy schedule moving forward with everything you need at Clark's. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Back here in postgame coverage on the Cool Hits Sports Network, James Collier now joined with Raceland head coach Mike Sammons. Coach, a dominating performance from the word go, and that's what you wanted to see, especially at this time. You wanted to be the aggressor. You went out and you took care of business and put this one on ice very quickly.
Yeah, I just wanted to try to be assertive from the start and try to take advantage of the opportunities we felt like we had. I know we had a couple short fields there, and we were able to take advantage and kind of get the running clock early from there. It's a little bit sloppy, but, again, you get that sometimes, and it's part of the season when you start subbing out and trying to keep guys healthy, get the next round. But really proud of our guys and being mature in their approach and being on the game plan and really taking them out. I don't know if they had a first down before the clock got running.
Yeah, it was not a first down at halftime. That's one of the things I want to talk about, the way your defensive unit played to this team. You look at coming in a running back that really kind of inserted himself into a ball game. He was prolific in the running game. He was also, anytime he touched the ball in the passing game, you guys had them at -3 yards at halftime.
Yeah, it's I didn't know that stat, but that's a phenomenal stat. Our defensive guys are really on the game plan, and they did some things in the empty that had kind of caused us a little bit of game plan concerns, and we'd try to do a few things different against their empty than maybe what we'd done in the past, and really felt like we heated up their quarterback. I don't know how many hits we got on him or how many sacks, but just being able to put that pressure on him I thought was a real difference in the game. I think he ended up throwing, multiple picks.
2 interceptions tonight.
Yeah, just, have to throw on a run, and it's a lot easier for the quarterback to sit back there and pat the ball, and so I thought we did a good job of that. And, once the ball was in the air, we made some plays, made some tackles when they did catch it, and then when he threw it to us, we, were able to execute.
Well, your quarterback was able to pat the ball tonight, but there were times that Logan had to use his feet to extend plays, and a couple of those leading directly to touchdowns, and it's something that you like to see when he can stand back there and be able to pat the ball down and sling it down the field. But when he can move the pocket around with his feet and adjust things that way, that makes him even to another level of a quarterback.
Yeah, really impressed with, how he was able to run the team tonight, how he's grown as a quarterback. Last few weeks really haven't asked him to do much with his feet, but tonight I thought he really extended some plays with his feet and, either got out of the pocket and made some throws or got out of the pocket and got some yards and got out of bounds or got down. And, that's will be a big weapon for us going forward. Teams are going to try to take pressure and, really pressure him and really try to, take what we do well away, and he'll have to be able to adjust. And I think he's really confident in his game right now and, really confident in his receivers. And I think that showed tonight.
Noah led you in the rushing attack tonight. He only had to fall 4 times, though. And he has the first one taken back that went for 6. But when you got down after the block punt there from Elias, you go under center, you put an I formation in, and you hand the football to your big tailback, and you just watch what he does. You kind of called him your punishing tailback this year, and he kind of he gets behind his pads and runs.
Yeah, no, it's been such a force on defense, force all year long. And, maybe on offense, a couple of games we really leaned on him, but sometimes we haven't. And tonight we wanted to try to get him in the flow. That's one of the things we did early. I thought he had a nice explosive run to start the game there, 50-plus yards, best I remember. I realized it got called back. But, those are things that, we're going to have going forward. Multiple guys touching the ball with multiple runs. And, I look at the stats here and I see a freshman quarterback led us with 6 carries. So, anytime you do that round 2 of the playoffs, that tells me you're staying fresh. And, we survive 7 more days. We get to spend 7 more days together and play for the regional championship right here at Ram Stadium.
Yeah, how big is that? You got Hazard coming in next week. Hazard takes care of business tonight against Williamsburg. So, you've got the Bulldogs coming in next week, and that's a matchup that it's been a while since those two teams have hooked up, but you got some history there with Hazard.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's my 16th season here, and I think maybe Coach Huff, maybe the only coach on staff that had any experience with playing Hazard, going back in the 80s, and maybe the early 90s, if not definitely in the 80s. So, tradition-rich program, obviously, state championship here in the last decade. They're ranked at the top of Class A or near the top of Class A all year long. We were able to kind of jump them there in the last week of the season in the RPI. So, we'll get to work on them this weekend, see exactly what they do. I know they got a prolific running back, a guy who's who's been a good 4-year player for them, a phenomenal athlete, 3-sport guy. And, again, they got a lot of tradition, just like we got a lot of tradition, and that's our next opportunity to move forward.
Coach, I'll ask you now, can you bring a couple guys in the morning for Let's Talk Sports?
Yeah, we should be able to if the guys get out of bed. I don't know what time it's 9.
We'll get them in bed early tonight.
Yeah, 9:30 they might be able to get out of bed a little bit, in the bed a little bit early. Maybe. Sometimes you wish you could keep them here a little bit longer so you wouldn't know where they was going. You'd know where they was at for a little bit longer. But, we're just really excited to advance. Obviously, I want to congratulate our middle school football team. They're playing tomorrow in the Kentucky Middle School Football Association state championship game. So, really proud of those guys and a lot of their coaches, all the middle school coaches, the way we do it, are part of the high school staff too. So those guys have been here grinding all night with us, and they'll get up in the morning, they'll do it again. So really proud of their leadership and proud of those guys. And, those guys are the future, and we're really excited for what they'll do tomorrow, and we're excited to play here in 7 days.
Hey, Coach, for the Raceland Rams, Mike Salmons joining us here. Coach, always a pleasure. Congratulations. Talk to you tomorrow morning.
All right, thanks, James. Appreciate it.
All right, let's take our final break. When we return, we'll wrap things up here tonight. Rams victorious and on to the quarterfinals. Our coverage continues after this on the Kuwait Sports Network.
Does your gas station or convenience store need a facelift? If so, call River City Builders at 473-4112 for your remedy. Big or small projects, River City's Builders is a company for all your needs. We have extensive experience in the petroleum industry, from routine gas dispenser and canopy maintenance to above-ground, underground tank and piping work to full-blown remodels and new builds. Call River City Builders at 473-4112 for all your petroleum needs. We'll cover your back and keep your customers pumping gas.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Final score here tonight, 43-6, as I welcome in one of the 2 members on the sideline crew tonight, Olivia Porter. Olivia, your first game on sidelines. How was it?
It was actually very stressful, but I think me and Shaylin worked as a team to help each other out and just fix any problems that were happening, and we just worked really well together.
What did you come in expecting? I know when you got here this evening, you said you were stressed.
I was.
Did you have a good time, though?
Yes, it was actually very fun. I loved watching the football players just, act silly on the sidelines and just be a family and stuff like that. I was actually coming in very stressed, as you said, and I was, seeing, chaos and everything, but it wasn't. It was just really fun, and I just love the program that I'm in. and stuff.
Well, we certainly enjoyed having you on the crew tonight, and again, as we move forward, this is going to expand. So we certainly look forward to having you and Shay back with us next week, covering the sidelines. And you guys did a fabulous job tonight. And for your first live sideline reporting, I'll give you a check mark on that one. Nice job.
Thank you.
Olivia Porter joining us here tonight, one of our 2 sideline reporters. We had Shayla Newman last week. Now she's the seasoned pro. She was down there tonight, like she needs to be going to work for CBS Sports or NBC or something. But these 2 young ladies, you're going to see a lot more of them as we move forward for our coverage this season, not only with football, but once we get into basketball season, we've got a lot of things in store. But a great job by them. Hey, a quick final to pass along to you. Greenup County takes care of business up in Louisa. They knock off Lawrence County 28-7. So the Musketeers on to the next round. Zach Moore and his crew. I'm going to try to drag them in the morning as well and get some of those guys in. But join me tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, right here on the Cool Hit Sports Network for Let's Talk Sports. We'll talk all about football from around the area and get you ready for the quarterfinals round coming up next week. Well, a big hat tip to our crew tonight. Our executive producer was MJ McKay. On camera work, doing a fabulous job, as always, was Hunter Masters. And our 2 sideline reporters tonight, Shayla Newman and Olivia Porter. We're back home next week, 7:30. Kickoff, 7 o'clock pregame show as the Hazard Bulldogs makes the trip up US 23 and a showdown for the state semifinals on the line. We're looking forward to bringing you the coverage right here on the Cool Sports Network and Cool TV. So our final score, 43-6. The Rams move to 11-1 on the year as Paris falls and finishes to 8-4. For MJ McKay, Hunter Masters, Olivia Porter, and Shayla Newman, I'm James Collier saying thanks for tuning in to another Raceland Rams football game here on the Cool Hits Sports Network. Good night, everyone.
You've been watching and listening to the KHSAA Class A Football Playoffs second round game between Raceland and Paris on the Cool Hits Sports Network and Cool TV. Tonight's game was brought to you in part by Clark's Pump and Shops of the Tri-State, River Cities Builders, A&A Porta Potties, Stoltz Pharmacy, First and People's Bank, Trace Hermanos Mexican Restaurant, Ashland Community and Technical College, Ashland Credit Union, Raceland Christian Church, Members Choice Credit Union, and Bowman's Auto and Collision Center. This broadcast of Raceland Rams football has been an exclusive sports presentation of the Cool Hits Sports Network and Cool TV.